Hello and welcome to the CRC Evans Product Improvement Request Tool Beta Demonstration, or PIRT for short. In the short time we have, I intend to show you a summary of the tool's benefits and intended use, a process map showing the teams involved, the current software interface and the interactions, and full expectation and additional features. So what are the benefits to expect from PIRT? Improved control and tracking in new products and enhancements to existing equipment. Data-driven metrics allowing clear line of sight to cost, progress, and owners. A direct path from request to implementation due to the defined digital processes between stakeholders. What does this process look like? Ideas, issues, or customer-requested projects are created in the system. Once entered, product owners will see, review, and approve or reject these ideas. Next, costing will be evaluated and added to the ticket. Once costing is added, a concept review by engineering is made. This ensures the design is feasible as proposed. Rejected engineering reviews go back to product owners for further input. Approved requests are passed on for manufacturing review. This step allows for material planning, process expectations, and understanding of future offerings. Finally, the actual design and implementation is made. Manufacturing of the final product can begin. At each of these stages, PIRT has tracked the status, a path of the request, a quick way to monitor progress. What does the software look like? Let's do a short walkthrough of a basic ticket lifecycle. Let's open the tool. Here is the main request backlog. This shows the current status of all tickets in the system. Double-clicking on any ticket will give you more information about it. And we can see the progress based on its status and times. Let's go ahead and create a new request to see how this works. From the request entry screen, we can see that it's broke up into basic information, change attributes, and detailed instructions. Basic information is things like today's date, person who's entering this request's name, the expectation of when engineering may be done with this, and potentially a product ship date as well. The most important, of course, is a summary of what the change is. We can tag the product line and the product owner. We can also add customized information about the customer order details, CE requirements, and other things such as this. Moving on to change attributes, we can enter things like the equipment make, models, business segments affected, and the priority. However, not all of this is necessary in order to pass on the information. Details will be placed here. Any kind of text can be used. This will be explaining the details of this request to the product ownership and people later as they review the ticket. So let's go ahead and submit this. We're done. Now we can see we've created our new ticket. There it is, waiting for a product owner to take a look and review. Let's switch user types and let's try that now. Now, as a product owner, I'm going to open this ticket. We'll see the similar information as we saw on the entry screen. However, there's been more added. Again, the product owner can add additional information, modify the request, add more details, or simply review the ticket as needed. One thing product owners can also add at this stage is costing. Right now it's unconfirmed. It either has to be no change, which means that it's expected that this doesn't change the cost of the product, or it costs in or out, and by the amount, and to what units. This could be $100 per each unit, or per month, depending on the type of request being asked. You can also assign it a priority at this time, but again, this is not necessary unless needed. Now, costing again is required at some point, whether that's no change or not. Let's go ahead and leave it unconfirmed at this time, however. This will let us see the next step. We'll go ahead and approve this ticket, and it's now been updated. we now see that our ticket now says costing is required. Let's go ahead and change to a costing user who can either be a product owner or a separate person who only does costing. Now again, we see the basic ticket information. However, costing users don't have access to everything. Their focus is, well, cost. So let's go ahead and say that this is a cost of $100 per each unit. So we're going to put that in, and then we've done all that we need to do for costing. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to approve. Once again, the ticket is moved on to the next status. We can see now that the engineering review is required. Again, let's change user types. As an engineer, we can give this a review. Again, this review is intended to make sure that this change as requested is in fact feasible. This isn't necessarily the work being done, but just a review of the case. The person will be able to look at these details, the changes, they can make any notes necessary that they need as well, and review all this information just like the other users. Once done, the engineer would add their name to the list, and they would add their own notes. This is a great idea. Or if they were to reject it, they could put the rejection reasons here as well. Let's assume this is a great idea, and we're going to move on. Now that it's been approved, this would be available for manufacturing. Manufacturing, again, needs to verify that it's acceptable for the materials, the processes necessary, things such as that. So again, as a material user, we can go in, again, review the ticket. And once again, we're locked out of most of the values in the ticket because, again, we're not a valid user for changing those items. A manufacturing review doesn't have anything to do with costing, but we can see all these factors. We can read the details, any notes that were made, and again, we can go ahead and approve. We are ready. So now that manufacturing is done, we can approve it again. And it's now in work. At this point, engineering would physically begin the design, get everything worked out, do the normal processes internal to engineering, such as paperwork and models and loading to systems. At that point, once it's completed, for the next step, we would actually use a design engineer login. And again, users can have multiple logins, so you can have a design engineer and also a reviewer at the same time for the same user. However, they are able to be separated if that's pertinent to the use. Here we can again see the ticket and the instructions, but now the last stage is simply to mark the ticket as complete. Marking is complete means that we've looked at it, we've reviewed it, we've processed it, we've created it, and now we're actually implementing this to production. So this request is considered completed, and we can now see that it's implemented. We've seen the entire ticket cycle of a request. It's pretty simple. So what are the near future expectations? Well, currently we're in a testing phase, so after the testing of the console, we'll be integrated into the existing ProCat system, though other users will be able to use the standalone version of this tool for ticket entry, review, and approvals, basically for those who do not use the ProCat or who are outside of the main office. The production version will include user-specific features and group-driven email notifications. This will notify users of status changes or requests that are important to them. Also, search features will be added, as well as other time-saving enhancements found to be helpful to users during the testing and early user phases. I hope this demonstration of the beta version of the Product Improvement Request tool has given you a better idea of how this tool will improve processes, metrics, and simplifying the ability for team members to work together to improve the products and our customers' daily use of the tools we provide them. The data from this tool, and those like it, are working together to allow efficient use of time and talent. So look for the future updates and deployment of the PIRT, and be sure to give feedback where I can help where you are. Thank you for your time, and I hope this has been beneficial and educational to you. Thank you and have a great day.